Yes, that's that's where the camera is. I have moved the camera onto like a little tripod. So I'm kind of like, am I in the shot by looking over here and looking into the camera? This will take me a little bit of getting used to. I can see what I'm doing in my mirror as well. So it's a bit like there's a lot of Eilidhs about. Yeah, I'll probably take a little bit of fiddling about to have the camera quite right, but that's what this is about. This is like figuring it out live and just making it work. But yeah, I will keep looking over there because I'm like, I need to see what I'm doing. No, I don't. I need to look at the camera. Uh, anyway, welcome, fellow future fan dancers. This is week 5, just one more week to go after this of Burly Summer Camp 2026. And today we are on part 2 of core strength. So that's anything to do with your torso and spine. For this, you'll need a space where either you can sit, lie down, you might need access to a closed door or a wall or a chair, because we are going to look more at kind of isometric exercises and using our body weight as resistance and as weight training. You might want a yoga mat or something if you want to do this on the floor. One of the things I'm going to say is there's certain things we're going to do today, like planking, that I cannot do a proper plank. I just can't. I'm going to sit up because I'm hurting my knees doing this on the floor. Oh, that is the problem with having the camera in a different place to the computer. It means I had to set it all up. Yes. Enough waffling about that. So I can't actually do planks in the sense of put your arms in this kind of V-shaped positions on your fist, put your whole body weight on them, and then lay out flat along a surface, because I have problems with it's peripheral neuropathy adjacent, but once you have a neuroimmune diagnosis, there's a lot of kind of like ignoring of other neurological issues in favor of dismissing it as just your FND, just your MECFS. But I have got a spinal injury. That is a thing that I've got. I've got to be careful, and I've got to adapt a lot of movement around that. And if that applies to you as well, you'll know that there's certain things, certain exercises that you're never going to get perfect technique on, because perfect technique is not made for your body. And that's okay, because there are other things that you can do and ways that you can adapt the movement and the exercise to work for you. And that's what this is all about. Because I've been adapting these things for myself with help and support from neuro rehab physiotherapy, from frankly hundreds of fantastic different burlesque teachers and fitness class teachers over the years. So I want to kind of pass that on to you. So we're going to look at ways that, in particular, planking, which is supposedly one of the best exercises for building core strength, ways in which that can be adapted to bodies that can't lay out fully on the floor or on a bed, that can't put weight fully on. For me, it's my elbows, my wrists, and particularly this part of my hands, the kind of the heel, that's what that's called. Because if I put weight on them, then that seems to be bad for my nervous system. And then I get temporarily paralyzed, which is not fun. Can't feel my arms, can't use them, can't get up. So we're going to do these exercises in a way that works for my body. And if it doesn't work for your body, that's okay. You can take the idea of what I'm doing and adapt it, or you can go, okay, well, this is a plank. I can do a plank in this dimension, this I want to say frame of reference, but that's wrong. But it's kind of like I can't do it horizontal, but I can do it parallel and I can do it vertical, if that makes sense. But I'll try and show you. So for warm up, because we are going to be using our wrists and our elbows quite a lot in this, we're going to do some hands in and out like we did with our hand training last week. So just clench your fist and release it, clench your fist and release it. We're going to roll our wrists a couple of times around, and I'm holding my arms kind of up, but if you need to do that in your lap and roll round and clench and release, do it on that plane of existence. That's what I'm trying to say rather than frame of reference. And then we're also, because we're going to be pushing away, we're going to push out away from us and pull back and push out away from us and pull back and push out away from us and pull back, and then shake that off. We're also going to be using a lot of our muscles in our torso. So the exercise we did previously in our core day part 1, we're just going to like go around, twist from your torso. You can do this sitting and standing. You can do this lying down. And then to the other side, twist around and just reach with your arms. We're going to do that twice on each side. And then one more time. I am going to be using my knees a little bit, but trying to show you. And also, if you don't have access to your knees, then we'll just adapt it to the upper body and torso. For me, I'm just going to lift my knees slightly towards, I've got my palms out in front of me, but you put them as low or as high as feels comfortable. And I'm just going to lift my knee, still bent, up towards my palm and touch, and lower it back down slowly, and up towards my palm and touch, and lower it back down slowly. And we'll just do this twice on each side. So one up, touch, and down, up, and touch, and down. If you're lying, I'm going to actually show you this one lying down. If you are lying down and you've got your legs propped up, possibly on a pillow, your head propped up on a pillow, and for you, moving from sitting isn't going to work for your legs, you might be able to move them by pulling them towards you with your arm, or get a friend to help and have them support your foot and ankle and have it pull towards you and hold for 3 and then release that down, or hold for 1 if that's all you can do. Pull it up towards you and hold for 3, 2, and let that go back down. That hurts my hip quite a lot. Oh, I'm going to sit back up. So that hurts my hip quite a lot to do that. I do find that exercise easier to do if somebody else can hold my foot and help me to move it, or if I can move it without using my hands. But adapt it to what works for you, for your access and mobility needs. And if you can't do that at all, that's okay. Just ignore that and move on. Okay, so we're now going to do some bodyweight exercises. We're not going to start with the plank. We're going to start with pushing away. So again, if resistance is still too much for you, you can just push away. And I've showed you a similar kind of movement in arm day, and you can adapt these exercises to that. And you can lie down on your back and push up towards the ceiling, as far as, even if it's just a little push. And then move on to, you could push against a ball. You could have a friend holding a pillow or a ball, and you could push against that, and that's fine. Right. Now we've talked adaptations to that. We're going to do kind of push up, but again, not the full push up. I'm going to go into, again, this kind of the same pose we did with cat cow, happy cat, sad cat. But instead of rolling our torsos and arching our spines, we're going to put our hands in the position that feels comfortable. For a lot of people, that is flat out in front of you. I might need to move the camera down slightly. There we go. Yeah. So that is in front of you. For me, I'm more comfortable with my hands kind of in a triangle, and my elbows can bend more like that. That feels more comfortable to me, to my plane of existence. And then you can keep your feet together. You can sit back on them if you need to and just push gently down towards the bed, moving with your chest first, and then pushing gently and slowly back up. And we're going to do that twice. Gently and slowly, and gently and slowly back up. Or you can sit forward with your hips parallel over your knees, and you can gently push down with your torso, getting your head on the bed or the floor, and then push up, and then down, and then up. Now, potentially, if you need to be more sitting up for this, you could, on a chair or a pile of pillows, get your arms there, sit back onto your knees, and have it be kind of up higher, and just push down gently with your head on the pillow and push up. And you're moving, in this position, you're moving less with your chest and more with your abs, more with your stomach muscles. So down gently towards the pillow, breathing through it, and pull up with your stomach muscles, gently back up. So that can be done kneeling on the floor with your arms on the edge of the bed or on the edge of a chair. And that does the same thing as a regular push-up. It's just at a different angle for people where doing anything with a lot of pressure on your arms just shuts down your nervous system, like mine. So now planking, and then I'm going to show you kind of push up and planking against a wall at the same time so that I can kind of set the camera up for that. So planking, when you can't do it flat out, again, like we've just done with the pushing up, you can sit kind of back onto your knees and put your arms fist, you're onto the side of your wrists. And again, this is kind of more meant to be like flat out and more like pushed. I can't do that. And if you can't either, that's fine. So again, arms in the position that feels comfortable. Try and get your elbows roughly under where your shoulders are to support them. And then what you're going to do is just push down into your arms, but not too hard. And again, having the pillows underneath supports me a little bit and prevents some of the numbness in the pins and needles from kicking in. I actually prefer my elbows to be like a little bit more in towards me and my fists to be touching, which the pillow is hiding that, but that's okay. And then you just stay in this position. You can be down, push down with your butt over your heels, and you just hold that for 1, 2, 3, and then using your stomach muscles, you can pull yourself up more into your butt is parallel over your knees, and you just hold that for 1, 2, 3, and then you can push yourself more over so that your hips are in front of your knees and your chin is resting over your arms, and you just hold that for 1, 2, 3, and then push yourself out of that. We're going to get rid of the pillows there to do the next version, which is just what we've just done, but without the pillows. So you can be sat back over with your butt over your ankles, and you can hold that for 1, 2, 3. I need to adjust my elbows a little bit for this position. There we go. 1, 2, 3. You can push up, and you're going to have to put a little bit more pressure. I tend to put it into my fists more than my elbows, because my elbows, that's when I start getting pins and needles. And you're going to hold that for 1, 2, 3. And then what I find is I need to rotate my fists so that I'm pushing down directly on my fists, and I need to put my elbows out a little bit more for it to be kind of straight and flat back, hips in front of shoulder, knees. 1, 2, 3. And that's the hardest one for me. Oh, I'm feeling a bit flushed. So again, for planking on a chair or the edge of the bed, and I'm going to show you this one, we're going to go kind of more at an angle. We're going to get our arms in the optimal position for that. And you want to like push your feet away from you and push your hips down. And then just hold that for 1, 2, 3. And then step back in and push yourself up. So that, I know that angle's not the most ideal. And I'll just adjust the camera up. There we go. So that angle is not the most ideal to see what I was doing exactly, but it's your body is parallel to the bed or the chair, and you're using that, and you can do push-ups from that angle as well. But I'm going to show you doing kind of that, but on a wall now. So what we're going to do is exactly what we've just done with our arms for planking and holding in fist, and for pushing up, pushing away. So I'm going to do plank first and then push away. So you can do this standing up against a door or a wall, or like I'm about to show you, kneeling on a bed, on a couch, on the floor, on a chair, whatever it is. And if you're kneeling on a chair, you can hold onto the back of the chair and do this as well. But I don't have space to set that up and show you at the moment. Okay. So first, planking. Sitting back onto our heels, with our feet under our butts, knees out together. Kind of, you're trying to get kind of a 45-degree angle to the wall. Fists on the wall, elbows on the wall. Push up with our knees and stomachs until our chins are resting on our fists. And just hold that. 1, 2, 3. And then push back down from your knees and push yourself back up on your fists. Again, not the most ideal angle to show this, but hopefully getting an idea of it. I'm going to do that another time, and then I'm going to do the push-up version. Okay, so sitting on our heels, moving with our knees and our stomach muscles, getting our forearms and elbows on the wall, getting our fists and wrists into the wall. Push down into your butt muscles, into your quads, down into your heels, and then pull yourself up with your knees, your stomach muscles, until your hands are resting on your chin. Well, your chin's resting on your hands. 1, 2, 3. Then push away and back down. And then I'm going to do the push-up version now. So pushing up with our arms out. I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. Hands resting on the wall. Arms out. I'm doing it at my angle with my elbows bent that feels better to me. You can do it straight and flat and do that angle. So again, bouncing our butt off of our heels, pushing up into the wall. We're moving more with our stomach muscles and chest, leading with our chest. And in, 2, 3, and then push away. 2, 3, and in, 2, 3, and push away. 2, 3, and in, 2, 3, and push away. 2, 3, and then pushing back down into our heels, away from the wall, bringing ourselves back to center. I'm a bit breathless from that, and I do think I forgot to cool us down last week, but if I forget to do that anytime, just sit or lay or stand still, put your hands on your stomach and breathe. Let your breath come back to normal. Give yourself a moment to have 3 really deep breaths. In, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and you can really moan and groan if you want. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. And one more. In, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. And then just shake anything that needs to shake, anything that you feel needs to move. I need to do like another little twist around, and I feel like my neck is a little bit stiff. Maybe we should have warmed that up. I didn't realize how much it would be involved in this movement, although I think that's more me trying to turn around and talk to the camera while I'm doing things than anything else. But I want to just pull my head very gently over with hand touching on the ear, elbow over the top of my head, gently resting the uncovered ear towards my neck. 2, 3, and then swap sides. 1, 2, 3, and then move that and just roll around all the way, gently and slowly, and other directions. And that's us. So I might be a little bit late with this week's video because I overextended myself last week. I did too much. I've been working too hard the last few weeks, and the nature of living with a chronic illness means sometimes things fluctuate. I'm hoping to have the cakeboard fan decorating tutorial up and ready for you tomorrow, but if that doesn't happen, then week 6 you'll just get 2 videos because it's almost ready. I've just got a little bit more filming and editing to do. Okay, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll either see you tomorrow or next week. Ta-ta for now.